Alrighty guys, we're gonna wait for a few more people to join and then we will start. I have to lower my phone. Oopsies. Just a little reminder that if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask so we can answer them while we're swatching the new collection. So we're just waiting for a few more people, guys, to join, and then we're going to be swatching the new collection. Oh, you. Okay. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start, and just like on every live, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, just for anybody who is new and has never joined our live before. So my name is Danny, I'm from Hey Beautiful. The reason why we're doing this live every Thursday at 6 p.m. is to help you guys understand a little bit of our products, also maybe teach you guys something new, but most importantly, getting to, I lost my words, getting to, I don't know, I forgot the word, and my mind went blank, but, just getting to talk to you guys and hopefully help you guys with something. So yes, so we're going to be talking about our new collection that just dropped this past Monday. This Monday that just, from this week, the new collection is called Angelic. So as we go, guys, if you guys have any questions about our collection or any products that I'm using that I forget to mention, or just like more details about what I'm doing or what materials I'm using, please let us know. Don't be shy and let us know. We want to know what questions you guys have for us. So this collection has 6 colors. We did ask on our stories if if you guys had any questions to let us know. One of you guys asked if this is a collection, if we sell it all together, and yes we do. We have it for $21.99. So yeah. And these questions, we'll answer them at the end of the live, but it has something to do with this collection, so I'm kind of throwing that in here. But yes, so we're going to swatch these colors, these beautiful colors. So, but let me go ahead and talk to you guys about this collection a little bit. So this collection has 5 iridescent glitter flakes. So it's not that fine glitter, but they're like the glitter flakes. Whenever you have them under the light, or even when you don't have light hitting them directly, when you move them, they start to change colors, and they just kind of look like, almost like glow in the dark flakes, but they're really, really pretty, and they're all different colors. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch them. So yes, I have to stop saying I'm sorry, but I apologize if some of you guys get really stressed out with that. I'm trying so hard not to say but the nerves, guys. So remember to let us know if you guys have any questions. Somebody said, love the name. I know, right? Angelic. Yeah. Because they're angelics. They're, yeah. Let me so weird about it. Okay. Oh my god, I already have these. So yeah, so I'm going to go one by one. Show you guys. They all look very similar in the bottle, But like I said, these are very different colors. So we're gonna switch into the other camera where you can see all the colors. So you can see they're even, trust me guys, these are even prettier in person. But here they are. I'm just trying to move the lamp so you guys can see. And I'm gonna show you guys one by one as I go. So let me move these out of the way, and I'm gonna be swatching them on paper just because I think it's just better, and you can see it a little bit clearer behind the paper. So let's go ahead and start with our first color, which is called Angelic. No, they're all called Angelic Flakes. Sorry, number 1. We're gonna go with number 1, which it looks like this. So like I said, they all kind of look very similar. So this is number 1 already swatched. Look how gorgeous that looks. Look at that. Wow. Let me see if I can move around it.
You know, these glitters remind me of Euphoria.
Oh, Euphoria?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Any of those that watch Euphoria? Yeah, these. Maybe we should have named them Euphoria.
We have one that's named Euphoria.
Oh, we have one that's it. So, this is the first one. Let me go ahead and swatch it. So, like I said, this is what it looks like. The battery died. Is it, switch it to this camera?
Wait to this.
Okay. So, we have some technical difficulty, guys, with our camera. Is there any way that I can do it with my phone? I think you're just gonna have to hand hold the camera.
Yeah, it's okay.
And yeah. So like I said, guys, try to get me. Like I said, guys, we're having technical difficulties with our camera that was showing the flake, so we're gonna switch onto our other camera really quickly. I'm so sorry. They showed our mess in the back. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about this color, which is the number 1. Looks like this.
Hold on, it's not focusing.
It's not focusing. We have our camera people really stressed out. Man, your hand is shaky, ma'am.
No, it's focusing. Okay, just
Is
because it won't focus when it's close up. I don't know why it's not focusing.
Can you call Alex? Alrighty.
You just try it.
Okay.
Just go.
Alrighty, so let me swatch the first one. I'm sorry about that, guys. We're gonna swatch the first one. Wow. So pretty. So that's our first one. And you guys can see how it like glows. I don't know if you guys can. Like I said, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties that we have with our first camera. So yes, that's our first glitter. The second one we have is this one.
Oh, this is stressful.
Sorry about if it looks blurry, guys. Like I said, we had to switch to our other camera. So yeah, is it focusing?
Okay, keep going. Go. Keep going.
Okay. Second color looks like this. Blue. I sent a request to be live with you guys. Maybe it'll just look better on my phone. so let me swatch the second color. So this color is more of like a greenish pink. This one was more of like a bluish purple. So give us a second, guys. We're gonna switch back to our first camera and it's gonna look way better. I might just restart. Let me get rid of this and just restart. Just because I want you guys to see the colors perfectly.
No, it's not the middle.
Okay, there you go. This is middle.
There.
There you go. Alrighty, guys. We're back on our first camera. Can you switch it back to this camera? Okay, it is? Okay, great. So I'm going to start over with our swatching just because, like I said, the first camera just kind of died on us. So here's first one. Let me swatch it. Whoops. So this one's more of like a purpley, pink, blue iridescent, like those a dark pink, blue, purplish. You see how that that glitter, that shine? So that's our first one. And that's number one. Like I said, all of this is a collection, so you'll get all of them. Second one looks like this. Literally looks like there's nothing in there. Okay, so let me swatch it. And just add a little more. So obviously because these are flakes, they're a little bit thicker. You will need to encapsulate these. So here you go, that is the second one. So these don't have individual names, they just have numbers. So this would be number 2. Look at that shine. And like I said, this is more of like a clearish white base with like a pink green iridescent color. So yeah, we're gonna go to our third color, which looks like this. Like I said, they all look really similar on the powder, as a powder, I mean. So let me just swatch. So this is more like the first one, just instead of it being like that bright purpley blue pink, they're more pastels. It's the same type of colors, it's just more of a pastel type. See? So that's number 3. And this is how it looks already swatched on our nail. Just look at how pretty. Wait. So pretty. Alrighty, I don't know where I left it. Oh, right here. A second. Alright, let's move on to our fourth. I got nervous when that camera died on us. I was like, oh, geez.
Amen.
This is our fourth. Number 4. Oh, Jesus. Like I said, guys, if you guys have any questions for me, I know, big one. You guys can go ahead and ask that on the live. So here is the 4th. This is more of like a clear with a iridescent yellow blue, but like very little of that blue. You guys see that? This is so pretty. I'm telling you guys, you have to get this. This in person just looks like 10 times better.
It just looks angelic.
Yeah, it just looks angelic. Literally the name of it. And then this is that color already swatched. Looks a little different.
Someone asked, can you put something more on top, like clear acrylic?
Yeah, so like I said, you do have to encapsulate these colors because they are not fine glitter. They are flakes, which means they are very thick. glitters, so you cannot, let me see if I can show you this one. Do you see? I don't know if you can see. You see how thick it is because we did swatch it at the bottom of this. So this is very, very, you see that? If you leave this in the nail, that's how it's gonna stay. That's not how it should be. You need to add a layer of clear acrylic on top to just kind of seal that. Also, because if you file this, you'll remove that shine and it'll just become, it'll look way better if you just put the clear. And it's meant to have that clear acrylic on top. You know what? I put the wrong numbers in here. I showed number 4. This is actually number 4 and I put number 5, but this is how it looks like in person. Look at that blue glow. It looks like it's, like I said, it looks like, it's almost like it glows in the dark. And I think it does whenever it's, when you're outside, even if it's dark, you'll still be able to see that glow. Look at that. That's so pretty. I think this might be my favorite one. Now we're gonna go on to number 5, which this is what it looks like. It's more of like a really winter-like blue. And then you flip it the other side and it's like yellowish. So let me go ahead and swatch that. So do you guys have any questions? Like I said, the questions that were on our stories will be answered at the end of the live. Let me add a little more. So there you go, guys. This one's more of like I said, like that wintry blue, really bright icicle blue. That looks so pretty. Look at that. It literally looks like glass. It looks like glass. That's so pretty. Okay, and our last color, number 6, looks like this. Let me swatch it. So it's like our 5th, has that blue wintry tone to it, but it also has a pink and a yellow to it. You see, these are a little similar, but this one has like a pink as well. So let me go back to the first, show you guys again. Number 1. That's so pretty. This one's the one that reminds me of Euphoria the most. Then we have number 2.
Mom says that que dicen que el color resalta cuando le pones un base de color, una base de color.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, so like I said earlier, it looks better whenever you put that clear acrylic on top. It just makes it stand out more, especially if you put your top coat on top. This will look even better. So yeah, and then going to our 3rd.
No, she meant like a color under, like a solid color.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can. Oops. I'm doing it under paper, which is white. But whenever it comes to doing them on nails, and then these swatches right here are literally the flakes just on their own. But you can put anything on the bottom to make the colors pop even more. You can put like a nude base or even a color base. Doesn't matter which one you want to use under, but you can literally put it under any color that you want. So these are all our glitters. So do you guys have any questions on our glitters or any of our other questions are on any of our other products that we have? Just a little mention, I did use our Hey Beautiful monomer, no MMA, and I'm using, which this is on the website, I'm using It's really crusty and really ugly. Like I said, guys, I'm not good on keeping my brushes looking flawless, but this is the heart brush on our website, and I'm using size number 12, which I think it's our biggest one. So, any questions before we go into the questions that were on our story? Oh Jesus, what did I do? Any questions? I know it's a little just gonna wait here a little bit because I know it's a little, what's it called?
Huh?
Man, my head today is just not.
The person of being late.
I wasn't late. I was an hour early.
She's been here all day.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start answering the questions that we got on our Instagram. So the first question we got is by, I'm sorry if I spell your name wrong. It is Elinai 16. She said, if I use high pigmented powders, how do I not get it on my brush? So it is very difficult for you. There's no way that you can not get the pigment. You have to dip your brush into your powder regardless. The only tip that I can give you is to clean your brush. The pigment is able to come out of your brush, even black, which is the darkest pigment. All you have to do is, if you have any monomer left over in your little dish, just dip your brush in there, remove it on a piece of paper, go back in there, right? And then once you think that there's only like a little bit left, clear that little bit of liquid that you have left out, put a little bit more, and then just go back. And then you can put it in your brush cleaner, because if you put it in your brush cleaner with a brush with that really strong pigment, you're gonna get it on your brush cleaner. So we're trying to minimize that pigment as much as we can out of your brush, right? So the only tip that I have for you, like I said, you can't avoid not getting pigment in your brush. So just clean it, dip it into your monomer, clean it on your paper, dip it back in there until you see that that pigment has slowly come out. So our other question is, I would like to know about the application in the cuticle area. Thank you for helping us out. I love all your products. Have a nice day. Thank you. That's so sweet. So we did have a live about application, and we also had another live about how to avoid your nails being lifted, which has to do also with the way you apply your acrylic near your cuticle and the way you seal it by filing. So just a little walkthrough of what we did is prepping your nail properly, having your dehydrator, right? Whenever it comes to prepping, using your dehydrator on your nail and using a strong primer as well. Then you just have to, whenever it comes to applying your acrylic bead near your cuticle, it goes a little bit under that cuticle and then you slightly push it up towards, but not overflowing the cuticle. You don't want that acrylic to touch the skin. Another thing is the way you file. You want to make sure that you file around that nail, around that acrylic. Make sure that nothing's lifted. You're pretty much sealing. If you're really scared of using like the regular drill bits, just use a cuticle, the circle one. Use the cuticle drill bit. It's like a little circle just to kind of help you go around. Make sure that you're sealing that completely. Third question we have is by Fanny. She said, do you sell the collection altogether? Okay, so this is a question I had already gone into before we started. So yes, this is a collection. We do not sell it separately. It is a collection that is sold all the colors together, and it looks like this beautiful angelic box. And then you can see all your 6 colors in the back. Like I said, it's $21.99. And guys, make sure that you remember that after the live, we always put out a code. It's one of the biggest codes or biggest discounts that we have besides Black Friday that we give. So make sure that if you want to get this collection, make sure that you use our code. It'll be posted right after the live on our story. And it's only up for about an hour. So if you're going to get this collection, make sure you stay and use that code to get that moolah off your collection. We will have also a spring collection coming soon. So stay tuned for that. If you guys would like a swatch like we did here when that spring collection comes out, we can do that as well. What question is this? Fourth question is by Juanita George. She said, on pricing, how much do you charge as a beginner, or what can be a fair price? I think this, as if you're starting doing nails, it's very difficult trying to think of how much to charge, especially if you're just starting and the only people that come to you are your friends or your family, and you don't know whether you should charge. Girl, let me tell you, you gotta charge. Doesn't matter if they're friends or their family. You guys are paying.
I told you.
I know. Just kidding.
I'll pay you like no.
Make sure that you guys charge just at least just for you guys to keep buying materials and for you not to go broke and not be able to buy materials, because that's what you need to be able to keep doing nails. So at least just charge your materials. But obviously, as you're getting actual clientele that aren't just your friends or your family or people that are actually coming to you, I suggest starting at around, it obviously depends on what you're working, but if it's just basic, one color short, I suggest going to $25 to $30. It's all on you and what you think your work is worth. But as you start getting more clientele and your skills start to get a lot better, start bringing your prices up by $5, right, on whatever you started with. But yeah, I suggest, like I said, charge your family and friends, even if it's just for the materials that you're using, girls. And if you're afraid to be like, well, give me this, just be like, oh, whatever you like, maybe just for my materials. Be petty like that. Because this is the money that you spend on these. So yeah, and as you get more clients and more experience and your skills start to get better, start raising those prices, girl. Because when it comes to nail, it is art. Alrighty. Amen. So the last question is, how can I get a clean shape when prepping my tips? So when prepping your tips, it's something, like I said, like we've mentioned in the past, we have classes here. We have beginner classes, we have nail art classes. So something that I always see happening a lot when it comes to shaping your tips after you've glued them on, is the way you hold your file. Sorry, today's not my day. The way you hold your file. I always see people curving it. You want that straight, crisp. There's nothing better than a crisp, straight nail, right? So if you want a straight nail, you gotta hold your file straight against that tip and make sure that you're filing straight. I don't want to see curving. I don't want to see having your file at an angle. You always want to hold it straight, parallel towards touching the file. I mean, not the file, the tip. But practice also helps that. So make sure that you guys practice. So yeah, something that I always tell my students as well is to picture your shape. Picture your shape, and that will help you a lot. It'll help you very much. And if you guys think that you need help on one specific spot in the nail where it's like kind of tilted or out, just focus on that area, but always go back to the whole entire thing to make sure that it's even and you're not just filing and digging into one area. So yeah. So any more questions? I feel like I just
Don't be shy.
talk too much.
Don't be shy.
Any questions, guys? Don't be shy. ask some more.
Or like what they want to see next.
Or what do you guys want to see next live? We're interested in what you guys want to see. We can literally put out any ideas and just do whatever we want, but we want to focus on you guys. That is the reason why we do these lives. We don't do them for ourselves, right? We're not the only ones watching ourselves. We want to see what you guys want in these lives. So go ahead, and I know it's a little, how do you say it when it's like
Delay.
it's a little delayed, so that's why sometimes I wait a little bit, because when I'm saying it and reading these comments, it's like delayed, so I'm trying to wait a little bit. So yeah, what else can I just say while we're waiting? Make sure that you guys follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. We got all the socials, guys. Follow us. Have any questions, DM us. We'll answer. Not at 2 in the morning though. I will not answer.
Talk about classes.
Classes. We have classes. I talked about classes. So we have classes, guys. Like I said, we have beginner classes that are 1 day, 2 days. We got nail art classes. We actually have one coming up this Saturday, but it's completely packed. So make sure that you guys, if you guys are interested, make sure that you guys join. So let me see if I can pull up the dates here.
Someone asked, what do you clean your brush with? Can we use acetone? I clean mine with y'all's brush cleaner, but my brush looks like it has split ends, if that makes sense. LOL.
I see what you mean. So I actually use our brush cleaner. You might be leaving it in there too long. But I use this brush cleaner. I used to use another brand. I'm not going to mention. I don't want to throw shade on any other brand. But this one is really strong. Like, really strong. So you just need to leave it in there for a little bit. But my brush is perfectly fine. I've had this brush for a while. That's why it looks crusty like that. And because it's so strong, this melts. So if you leave it on there for too long, I don't know if you guys can see, but this will happen. So make sure that you guys take care of your brush. Don't be like me.
And never use acetone.
And I'm not going to say never use acetone, because I know some people do say use acetone, and I don't want to be like, no, don't listen to them. They're freaking liars, and you should not use acetone. But what I am going to tell you guys about acetone is that this is hair you're talking about. This Kalinsky hair that we're talking about. Have you ever put your hands in acetone, taking them out, how dry your hands are, how crusty your hands look, how white your hands look, how dry they look? That is because acetone has that like drying power. So if you put your brush in there, yeah, the first time you'd be like, oh, it cleaned it so perfect. Yes, it did.
Where can we see?
But
the
girl, I am done with my brush. Can you please wait? Girl, if you want to leave, there's the door. But if you guys keep dipping it in your acetone, it will get damaged. It will get damaged. Yes, Miss Girl, you could say the other question.
It is, where can we see the calendar for the classes?
For the classes, so we'll post. We'll go ahead and post that at the end of our live, as well as a reminder to use our code. Use our code if you want to get this collection. So yeah, but our classes, we literally have, like I'm saying, guys, if you guys are interested in one class, you guys have to join, because we do it Saturday. We only have most of the time 4 Saturdays out of the month. There is 3 types of classes, but one class is a 2-day class. So that means that we only have one of those classes every month. So, we'll probably about 10 to 15 minutes after we end our live, we'll be posting that just so I can get the schedule ready. But yeah. So, like I said, make sure that you follow us. Make sure that you turn your notifications on so you guys don't miss anything that we post, any new products that we put out there, any videos, anything. Just prepared for anything that comes out, guys. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to see something in particular for the next live, you can DM us, DM Hey Beautiful, DM me. So yeah, I think we can just end our live. I don't see any more questions in here. So, oh, I just saw a question. How can I get rid of those split ends? It bothers me when I'm applying the acrylic. How do I get... I'm gonna be really honest. How I've gotten rid of those is I just cut them off. I literally just get the little hair that's sticking out. Kind of like if when you cut off your split ends in your hair, or like she said, if you have like a eyebrow hair sticking out, you don't cut it. I pluck it, but I would just cut it. There is something called, I don't think we have it, but there is something called, at least in our brand, like brush conditioner. You can dip it in there. I've never tried it, so I can't tell you if it works. I don't want you guys to take my word for it and say, oh, well, Daniela said that I can use this and it didn't work. I wasted my money. But there is something called that. But like I said, I usually just cut them off. Girl, no one's gonna know. Your brush is gonna work the same. Obviously, if there's a lot of them, you might want to just get a new brush. But over time, your brushes do get like that. You know, just like hair, the more you mistreat it and use it, the more split ends you get. So yeah, that's it. It bothers me too, girl. Trust me. I just cut him off. I don't care. I cut him off. So, all right. So thank you guys for joining our live. We're live every Thursday at 6 p.m. Make sure that you guys follow us on all social media. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I don't have all of the social medias, but I have Instagram and TikTok. So I don't post anything. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I post like once every 3 months. But yeah, make sure that you guys follow us. DM us, guys. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions, any of your DMs. So yes, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for buying our products. Just thank you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and end our live. And see you guys next Thursday at 6 p.m.
Bye.